A lot of women who are survivors of Epstein's are unhappy with those redactions that came out. Some of them, entire witness interviews are totally blacked out. Do you think that they should be more transparent?
But they released too much, and I heard that, and you tell me something else. No, I think it's really time for the country to get onto something else. And now that nothing came out about me, other than there was a conspiracy against me, literally, by Epstein and other people. But I think it's time now for the country to maybe get onto
something else. But what would you say to people who feel like they haven't gotten justice, Mr. President?
Something that people care about. Yeah, what would you say?
What would you say to the survivors who feel like they haven't gotten justice? The worst reporter.
No wonder CNN has no ratings because of people like you. You know, she's a young woman. I don't think I've ever seen you smile. I've known you for 10 years. I don't think
I've ever seen a smile. Well, I'm asking you about survivors of Jeffrey Epstein.
Well, you're not smiling because you know you're not telling the truth, and you're a very dishonest organization.
President Donald Trump once again found himself at the center of controversy after a tense exchange with CNN journalist Kaitlan Collins inside the Oval Office. The confrontation happened as Collins questioned him about the recently released Jeffrey Epstein files, which have drawn renewed public attention and criticism from survivors. Collins, CNN's chief White House correspondent and host of The Source with Kaitlan Collins, pressed Trump on the Justice Department documents made public on January 30. Trump responded sharply, calling the situation a conspiracy against me, and insisting it was time for the country to move on. He then turned his attention directly to Collins' demeanor, launching into a personal attack. "You are so bad," Trump said. "You are the worst reporter. CNN has no ratings because of people like you." Moments later, he added, "You know, she's a young woman. I don't think I've ever seen you smile. I've known you for 10 years. I don't think I've ever seen a smile on your face." Collins attempted to clarify that her questions were focused on the survivors of Epstein's abuse, but Trump interrupted again, accusing both her and the network of dishonesty. "You know why you're not smiling," he said, "because you know you're not telling the truth. And you're a very dishonest organization, and they should be ashamed of you." Despite the interruption, Collins continued to stress the seriousness of the topic, saying, "These are survivors of a sexual abuser." Trump then looked around the room, signaling he was ready to move on to another reporter. Soon after the encounter, CNN released a statement strongly defending Collins. A network spokesperson described her as an exceptional journalist, reporting every day from the White House and the field with real depth and tenacity, adding that audiences around the world trust her reporting. Collins also addressed the moment later on CNN's The Lead with Jake Tapper. She explained that survivors have been deeply frustrated with what has been released so far by the Justice Department, noting that some FBI witness interviews were heavily redacted. According to her, entire pages were blacked out, which raised serious concerns and prompted journalists to continue asking questions. "This is about the survivors," Collins said, emphasizing that they have been vocal about their dissatisfaction with the information disclosed so far. The clash added to a history of Trump's confrontations with female reporters. In November 2025, he made headlines for telling a Bloomberg News journalist, "Quiet, piggy," during another exchange related to the Epstein files. Incidents like these have fueled ongoing debates about press freedom, political rhetoric, and the treatment of journalists at high-level government briefings. This latest episode underscores the continuing tension between Trump and major news organizations, especially when sensitive subjects are involved. While the controversy is far from over, Collins has made clear that her role remains focused on seeking answers and transparency on behalf of the public and the survivors whose voices she says must remain central to the story.